You blame God for not helping you. But you ignored every sign, every nudge Archangel Michael sent. A financial turmoil is now days away, and only you can stop it in time. Hear these words with trembling, for they are not spoken to the casual hearer, but to the one who has cried in secret, God, why did you not help me? Why did you not stop the storm from reaching me? Yet the truth resounds like thunder. The signs were sent, the nudges were delivered, the whispers were placed upon your spirit, and still you turned away, doubting what was divine and dismissing what was holy. Many demand heaven's intervention, yet ignore heaven's instruction. This is why this word comes to you with fire, for the days ahead are not distant, they are upon you, and the window to act is closing swiftly. For weeks, even months, Archangel Michael has circled your path, urging you, stirring you, sending flashes of intuition that you thought were mere thoughts. He placed a check in your spirit, but you pressed forward. He delayed certain plans, but you grew impatient. He closed doors that looked golden, but you knocked at them until your knuckles bled. Heaven was not silent. Heaven was protecting, redirecting, warning. Yet because the warnings were not wrapped in thunder and lightning, you mistook them for coincidence. Now hear this with soberness. The shaking has begun. The financial ground beneath you is not steady. Cracks are forming and the rumbling has started. This is not months away. It is not next year. It is days away. The wave is already moving, the pressure already building, the unseen already stirring. If you ignore this message as you ignored the whispers before, you will find yourself swept under its weight. But this message is not for all. It is not for the complacent or the careless. It is for the one who has felt that strange unease in contracts, that sudden delay in payments, that restless stirring at night when money matters come to mind. You are the one heaven marks tonight. And the command is this: silence, stillness, and obedience will be your rescue. In the chaos, only the quieted heart will hear heaven's direction. In the storm, only the obedient will walk safely to the other side. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Hear now the voice of the messenger who comes with a flaming sword, the Archangel Michael, commander of heaven's armies. He is not silent, nor does he whisper in shadows. He cuts through deception with a sword of light, separating truth from illusion, exposing what has been hidden, and warning what must be heard. This moment is not casual. This moment is not ordinary. Before sunrise, within days, not months, not years, a decisive shift will come in your finances. The order of heaven has already been released. The movements in the spirit realm have already begun. And yet, your response in this very hour will decide whether the storm consumes you or whether it passes over you. For many have asked, why has heaven not helped me? They have shouted at night. They have wept upon their pillows. They have wrestled with the silence of God. Yet as their cries ascended, so too did the whispers of guidance descend. But the whispers were overlooked. The nudges were ignored. The signs were brushed aside as imagination or coincidence. And so, you must know this truth. Heaven has never been silent, but you have not listened. Now, Michael speaks with the authority of fire, because the time for soft nudges has passed. This is not another gentle suggestion. This is the final nudge. Picture yourself standing in the midnight hour. Bills scattered on the table. Your heart racing with fear of what tomorrow will demand. You cry, "God, help me, deliver me, rescue me." But what you call silence is not silence at all. It is God waiting for you to recall the moments when Michael whispered to pause, when Michael urged you to hold back, when Michael warned you not to trust that smiling face or sign that contrary. Every ignored whisper has brought you closer to this moment. Every dismissed nudge has allowed the storm to gather force. And now Michael speaks to you directly, here, in this very message, so that you might not perish under the weight of what is coming. Listen carefully. This is not for everyone. This word is selective. It is not for the mocker. It is not for the doubter who scrolls and scoffs. It is for the chosen. It is for the one who has felt the spiritual unrest, the gnawing unease in their finances, the strange delays, the sudden cancellations. You are marked by destiny. You are chosen to rise, not to be destroyed. And because of this, heaven sends its final word through this very encounter. This is not by accident. This is not chance. This is divine orchestration. Michael's sword cutting through the noise, reaching you where you are. The hour is urgent. Heaven has already interfered in unseen ways. Some plans that would have ensnared you have already been blocked. Some betrayals that would have cost you dearly have already been exposed. Yet more is unfolding, and the next few days are critical. The shaking has a purpose. The warning is laced with mercy. But you must act. You must open your spirit, not with panic, but with obedience. For Michael declares, this is the final nudge before the storm fully manifests. If you heed this word, protection surrounds you. If you ignore it, the consequences will not delay. So lift your heart. Fix your gaze. Silence every distraction. The message has been delivered. The sword has been unsheathed, and the countdown has already begun. You have been warned. You have been chosen. You have been called to respond. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1444 is now covering you. The mystery of your unrest has not been imagined. It has been real, deliberate, and calculated. There are forces working in silence, weaving confusion around your finances. You have noticed it, the delayed payments, the sudden excuses, the promises made to you but never fulfilled. What was once steady has been shaken. What was once secure now feels fragile. And you wonder, why do these patterns keep circling my life? Heaven says, because there are hands touching your provision that were never meant to touch it. There are watchers surrounding your blessing who do not rejoice at your prosperity, but secretly plot your decline. Yes, there are those who appear supportive, smiling in your face, asking questions about your progress, pretending to cheer for you. Yet behind closed doors, they whisper with envy, they compete in silence, and they move in ways to block what is rightfully yours. They see glimpses of your financial future, but not the fullness. They sense your rising, but they cannot comprehend the covering that rests on you. And because they cannot destroy what heaven has sealed, they attempt to delay it, sabotage it, frustrate it, hoping you will give up in weariness before your harvest breaks forth. This is why you have felt it in your spirit. This is why nights have been restless, why your chest has tightened when you thought about money, why anxiety has crept in even when nothing looked wrong on the surface. Your spirit knows. It senses the interference. It detects the unseen war. This is why your sleep has been disrupted, why your thoughts have been clouded, why your steps have felt uncertain. The disruption is not random. It is a signal. Heaven allowed your peace to be disturbed so that you would awaken to the truth. But understand this, not everything has been revealed. The truth is only partially visible. The betrayers are only partially exposed. The sabotage is only partially unmasked. Heaven does not show you everything at once, for revelation comes as protection, and timing is its shield. If you knew the fullness too soon, you would act in haste, speak too quickly, or confront too harshly. But Michael declares, the veil is being lifted, little by little, and soon the face of the betrayer will be undeniable. Soon the plan of delay will crumble under the weight of divine justice. Do not ignore this tension. Do not dismiss this unease. The Spirit is disrupting your comfort so you will not fall asleep in the middle of the battle. You must stay alert. You must stay awake. For those who watch you are watching closely, but they do not know that heaven watches them even closer. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1717 is now guarding your finances. What you see in your finances is not simply numbers on paper, not merely contracts or accounts. It is a battleground in the spirit. The turmoil you face is not only economic, it is spiritual warfare. The enemy knows he cannot touch your salvation, so he targets your resources. He knows he cannot take your soul, so he seeks to weaken your faith by striking at your provision. For provision sustains vision, and when your provision is shaken, your vision wavers, your prayers falter, and your courage collapses. But hear me clearly. This attack is not a sign of your weakness. It is a confirmation of your chosenness. If you were ordinary, the adversary would not waste his schemes on you. The enemy invests his time in those whose destiny threatens his dominion. Your life is not random. Your calling is not insignificant. This is why your resources are under pressure, because heaven has placed a mantle upon you that requires greater capacity. And when the mantle increases, the warfare increases. Do not confuse the shaking with abandonment. Do not mistake the battle for punishment. Heaven has not abandoned you. Heaven has marked you. You are not under attack because you have failed. You are under attack because you carry something too dangerous for the enemy to leave untouched. Understand this mystery. Every delayed payment, every canceled opportunity, every sudden shift in finances has been noted by heaven. Nothing has slipped through the cracks. Every whisper spoken behind your back, every manipulation plotted against you, every false promise designed to waste your time, heaven has seen it all. Michael himself has walked the path with you, and his sword has struck down snares you never even saw. Some contracts never reached your hands because they would have enslaved you. Some partnerships dissolved because they were traps wearing masks of opportunity. Heaven does not miss. Heaven does not overlook. Heaven has been watching, even when you felt alone. But your response is the weapon in this hour. When fear rises, you must not bow to panic. When frustration builds, you must not lash out with reckless words. When delays test your patience, you must not grasp at every option out of desperation. For silence is a shield. Stillness is a sword. Faith is the currency that shifts the balance in your favor. Heaven waits to see your response, for your words create doors, and your silence confuses the enemy. The adversary expects your panic. Do not deliver it. He expects your complaint. Do not release it. He expects you to curse your own harvest. Do not grant him that power. Instead, stand in the knowledge that angels are dispatched on your behalf. Stand in the assurance that divine surveillance surrounds you. Even in the hours when you thought heaven ignored you, there were watchers assigned to your case. You have never been uncovered. You have never been forgotten. You have never been abandoned. So let the conflict be reframed in your heart. This is not the collapse of your finances. It is the testing of your faith. This is not the end of your provision. It is the sharpening of your discernment. This is not the breaking of your destiny. It is the proving of your strength. And Michael declares, "The one who endures this storm with faith shall see the heavens open with justice, restoration, and overflow." Type "I am covered" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2020 is now defending you. The hour of subtle warnings is closing, and the hour of visible shaking is at the door. Heaven says, someone is preparing a financial move against you. Their actions are not far off in the distance. They are near, pressing, unfolding. Within 72 hours, escalation will come. It will not knock politely at your door. It will come like an unexpected notice, like a bill that demands immediate attention, like a confrontation that leaves you stunned. The pressure is mounting, and the adversary is counting on your panic to destroy what heaven has preserved. The storm is not random. It is calculated. You must understand, there are people shifting pieces in silence. They are speaking in circles where your name is present. They are drafting decisions where your interests are excluded. They are moving money, contracts, or agreements in ways that appear invisible to you, but nothing is hidden from heaven. While they scheme in shadows, the eyes of the Lord blaze upon their works. While they plot, Michael stands ready with his sword unsheathed. But you must not underestimate the intensity of what approaches. This is not a minor inconvenience. This is a collision meant to break your resolve. You have already felt the tremors. The notice is piling higher. The conversations growing colder. The excuses stacking one after another. The strain tightening like a rope around your chest. What was once delayed is about to be denied. What was once postponed is about to be confronted. The enemy is tightening the noose, hoping to push you into rashness. But hear me, this is not the moment to crumble. This is the moment to recognize the hand behind the storm. For if you only see the people involved, you will miss the spirit manipulating them. The true battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers that hunger for your downfall. Yet heaven warns with mercy before judgment. You are being told now, in advance, so that you will not be blindsided when the pressure arrives. Do not say you were not warned. Do not say heaven left you unprepared. This word is the final trumpet before the clash. Michael says, "Be vigilant, for they are moving in silence. They shuffle papers when you sleep. They whisper plans when you are distracted. They maneuver resources when you are weary. But though they move unseen, their actions echo loudly in the heavens." Attention is designed to intimidate you, to weaken your faith before the real test comes. But what they do not understand is this: you are not fighting in your own strength. Heaven has already marked the boundaries of their schemes. Their reach is limited. Their power is restrained. They believe they hold the upper hand, but even now, divine justice is monitoring every move. And what they attempt to use against you shall one day serve as evidence of their downfall. So brace yourself, not with fear, but with faith. Not with panic, but with prayer. The storm will rise, but so will you. The escalation will come, but so will the intervention. Within 72 hours, the mask of the adversary will slip, the true nature of their plan will surface, and you will know without doubt that heaven had spoken. This is the warning, the last before impact. Type "I am alert" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3030 is now opening your eyes. Now that the warning has been sounded, hear the command of heaven for this hour. Be still, and let heaven fight for you. The instinct of the flesh is to rush, to scramble, to grasp at solutions when pressure mounts. But the Spirit says, your protection will not be found in frantic motion. It will be found in sacred stillness. You are not required to chase every voice, to answer every demand, or to explain yourself to those who are secretly plotting against you. Silence will be your weapon. Stillness will be your fortress. Obedience will be your shield. There is a reason the adversary wants you restless. Restlessness produces mistakes. Panic produces costly decisions. Fear leads to traps you cannot see. But when you remain silent, when you resist the urge to defend yourself, when you hold back from making rushed agreements, you place the battle in the hands of heaven. And when heaven fights, no earthly plan can prosper. Michael's shield is not raised for the loud, but for the obedient. His sword is not drawn for the reckless, but for the faithful. Your assignment is not to fix everything in your own strength, but to create space for heaven to intervene. Do not underestimate the power of silence in warfare. Silence confuses the enemy because he expects your outbursts. He waits for your angry words, your anxious confessions, your desperate pleas, because every word spoken in fear gives him leverage. But when you hold your peace, you deny him his weapon. When you keep quiet, he cannot predict your next step. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is a spiritual shield that blinds the adversary to your intentions. This is why Michael counsels you now. Withdraw from unnecessary conversations. Do not tell everyone about your struggle. Do not reveal your concerns to those who only pretend to care. Keep your words guarded, for every careless conversation is an open door. Protect your spirit. Guard your tongue. Anchor yourself in prayer and let heaven speak for you. And while silence is your shield, stillness is your strength. Do not rush into decisions that have not been prayed through. Do not sign what heaven has not approved. Do not agree to what your spirit resists. The delays you face are not curses. They are protections. Heaven slows you down so you will not run into traps. Be patient, for patience is a weapon in the spirit. While the world mocks stillness as weakness, heaven crowns it as wisdom. But do not mistake stillness for passivity. Stillness is not doing nothing. Stillness is actively positioning yourself under the shadow of the Almighty. It is leaning into prayer. It is listening for the whispers of the Spirit. It is anchoring your mind in Scripture when your heart wants to collapse. Stillness is a holy defiance against the schemes of darkness. It says, "I will not move until heaven directs me." And in that defiance, the enemy's plans unravel. Take this affirmation upon your lips. Michael shields me, heaven covers me, silence protects me, stillness guides me. Declare it daily, for words shape atmosphere. When fear presses against you, repeat it until your spirit is steady. You are not defenseless. You are not abandoned. The shield of the Archangel surrounds you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Type "I am protected by heaven" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Note 4141 is now surrounding you with divine armor. Hear me now. You are not the same person you once were. The days when financial turmoil would have sent you spiraling into despair are over. You have been tempered by fire. You have been refined by loss. You have been stretched by delay. What once would have broken you has only built you stronger. The storm has not come to destroy you. It has come to reveal what heaven already knows. You are resilient, you are chosen, and you are being lifted into a greater strength than you have ever carried before. Too long have you seen yourself as the victim of circumstance, tossed back and forth by bills, debts, contracts, and disappointments. But heaven declares today that identity dies here. You are not a victim. You are a vessel of power. You are not a beggar. You are a carrier of divine inheritance. The battle over your finances is not proof of your weakness. It is proof of your worth. The enemy does not invest in attacking the powerless. He invests in attacking those with a destiny too bright for him to extinguish. The time has come to break the victim mindset. The time has come to cast off the cloak of despair and to stand clothed in authority. You have endured enough sleepless nights, enough anxious thoughts, enough doubting of yourself and your God. You must rise. For even now, heaven is shifting your spirit from trembling into triumph, from fear into faith, from weakness into wisdom. The shaking of your finances is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a testimony. Look at the fire that has surrounded you. It did not consume you. It purified you. Look at the ashes of what you lost. They are not your grave. They are the ground from which you will rise. Look at the delays that frustrated you. They were not wasted time. They were divine training. Heaven has been molding your character in secret, building resilience you did not know you possessed, sharpening discernment you did not know you carry. Every delay was a lesson. Every denial was a redirection. Every disappointment was a sharpening. You are wiser now, and wisdom is a wealth far greater than silver or gold. Michael declares, "Spread your wings." You are not grounded by this storm, you are lifted by it. For just as the eagle rides the wind that others fear, you will rise on the very pressures that sought to pull you down. This turmoil will not bury you, it will elevate you. This storm will not consume you, it will propel you. What was meant for your harm will become the fire that fuels your rising. Take courage, for the ashes of yesterday are the soil of tomorrow's abundance. Take courage, for the loss that once shamed you will be the stage of your testimony. Take courage, for you will soon see that what was shaking you is shaping you. The storm you feared is the wind beneath your wings. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 5252 is now lifting you into empowerment. Now hear the revelation of heaven. The shaking in your finances is not designed for your destruction. It is designed for your repositioning. What you have called loss, heaven calls pruning. What you have called delay, heaven calls redirection. What you have called chaos, heaven calls preparation. For the Spirit declares, this financial shaking is not punishment, it is promotion in disguise. You have been asking for increase, for expansion, for breakthrough. But the increase cannot come without the discipline to sustain it. The promotion cannot come without the discernment to protect it. The breakthrough cannot come without the wisdom to steward it. Heaven has seen where your heart once trusted too easily, where your hands signed agreements without prayer, where your hope leaned too heavily on people rather than on God. And so, the shaking has come to refine you, to sharpen your eyes, to steady your hands. This trial is your unlocking. This pressure is your preparation. This storm is the gateway to your next level. For the next level cannot be entered with old patterns, with blind trust, or with unguarded decisions. You are being trained to walk with sharper discernment, to see beyond smiling faces, to sense the true spirit behind every offer. Michael declares, do not despise this shaking. It is heaven's strategy to pull you out of alignment with wrong connections and push you into alignment with divine destiny. The doors that closed were not rejection, they were preservation. The deals that failed were not loss, they were deliverance. You thought the enemy had stolen, but heaven says, I redirected. You thought opportunities slipped away, but heaven says, I spared you from chains. Every financial disruption has been carrying you closer to the divine path, not further from it. And now, the counsel of heaven speaks your name. Yes, in the courts of eternity, your name has been lifted. Your case has been reviewed. Your destiny has been affirmed. The angels are not only protecting you, they are preparing you. The delay was not denial, it was deliberation. Heaven was aligning the pieces, adjusting the seasons, and refining the vessel, you. And the word is clear, the shaking is ending, and the unlocking is near. Prepare yourself, for promotion waits on the other side of this. Not just financial stability, but spiritual maturity. Not just provision, but dominion. This is more than bills being paid. This is about your life being aligned with the destiny heaven wrote for you before time began. And Michael declares, your name is spoken in heavenly councils, your path is written in the book of destiny, and your provision is being unlocked with divine timing. Type I am unlocked in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 6363 is now releasing new doors over you. The time has come for activation. Not just hearing, not just receiving, but declaring, aligning, and moving with heaven's instruction. The storms around your finances are not meant to silence you. They are meant to awaken your voice. And Michael declares, speak over your destiny, for heaven waits for your yes. Your mouth carries the authority of heaven. Your declarations open gates. Your obedience seals victories. This is not the season to cower in silence. It is the season to activate your destiny with the sound of faith. Say it boldly, I am not forsaken. I am not abandoned. My resources are covered. My steps are ordered. My harvest is secure. When you speak these words in faith, you are not simply repeating phrases. You are legislating in the Spirit. You are aligning with the authority that has been given to you as one chosen and anointed. Every word carries weight. Every declaration carries power. Heaven listens when the chosen speak, and the earth must respond when heaven agrees. But activation is not only in words, it is in action. Faith without works is dead, and destiny without alignment is delayed. The Spirit calls you to align your steps with your declarations. If you declare abundance but walk in wastefulness, you contradict heaven's flow. If you declare provision but walk into reckless agreements, you frustrate the angels assigned to protect you. Destiny requires discipline. Activation requires alignment. You cannot pray for deliverance and yet bind yourself with careless choices. You cannot cry out for breakthrough and yet remain in patterns that choke your growth. Heaven waits for you to step into agreement with what you are declaring. Michael says, begin to act with wisdom. Begin to handle your finances with prayerful discernment. Begin to walk in the posture of one who is trusted with more. For the one who is faithful with little shall be entrusted with much. Do not despise the small seed, the small income, the small beginnings. Heaven looks at faithfulness, not figures. When you steward well what is in your hands, heaven multiplies what is waiting in the Spirit. You must not retreat in this season. The temptation will come to pull back, to give up, to believe that your prayers have been wasted. But you are closer to breakthrough than you realize. Every delay has been a countdown. Every denial has been a setup. Every disruption has been a preparation. And Michael declares, heaven is waiting for your yes. Not a yes spoken in panic, but a yes spoken in trust. Not a yes whispered in doubt, but a yes roared in faith. Your destiny hinges on your agreement with heaven's plan. So rise and declare, I align. I trust. I obey. I activate my destiny. Say it until the atmosphere shifts. Walk in it until the storm breaks. Leave it until manifestation arrives. You are not being destroyed. You are being activated. And when heaven activates a destiny, no enemy can silence it. No betrayal can block it. No delay can deny it. This is the hour to move with heaven. And as you do, your destiny is sealed. Your provision is released. And your path is secure. Type "I am activated" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7474 is now unlocking your destiny. Lift your eyes beyond what you see, for the true battle of your finances is not being fought in banks, in contracts, or in offices. It is being fought in the unseen, in the spirit realm where eternity speaks louder than time. There is a silent exchange taking place, one that your natural eyes cannot see, but your spirit has already sensed. It is why your rest has been disturbed. It is why your dreams have felt heavy. It is why your heart has stirred without explanation. Because even as you sit in stillness, heaven is moving. The adversary believed he could steal from you. He thought he could take opportunities, delay resources, and divert blessings. He imagined that what was withheld from you was lost forever. But heaven laughs at the schemes of the enemy. For what has been stolen has not vanished. It has only been held in reserve, waiting for heaven's appointed time to return it to your hands. The spirit realm is a place of divine transaction, where what the enemy snatches is recorded, where what is delayed is tracked, where what it is blocked is preserved. Nothing you lost is gone forever. Nothing that slipped away has disappeared. It has only been shifted, and heaven is already arranging its return. Even now, angels are negotiating on your behalf. They are standing before thrones of justice, presenting your case, arguing your cause. They are retrieving what was stolen, breaking chains of delay, and reversing demonic exchanges. While you sleep, they work. While you weep, they record. While you rest, they redeem. Do not think your tears have been wasted. Every tear has been gathered. Every prayer has been written. Every cry has been heard. The Spirit says, not one moment of your suffering has gone unnoticed in the halls of heaven. Some money that slipped from your hands was meant to teach you wisdom. Some opportunities that vanished were meant to teach you discernment. But none of it was wasted. Even the losses have been transformed into lessons. Even the setbacks have become seeds. And now, heaven declares, the season of restoration is at hand. The silent exchange is shifting. What was once held back is now being released. What was once delayed is now accelerating. What was once stolen is now returning multiplied. Michael declares, while the enemy believed he had victory, heaven has been orchestrating reversal. Your case has been reviewed, your name has been spoken, and your file has been stamped with restoration. This is why you have felt the stirring, because the tables are turning in your favor. The unseen is aligning with the seen. The spiritual transaction is about to manifest in your reality. Do not fear the silence, for silence is not abandonment, it is negotiation. Do not despise the waiting, for waiting is not denial. It is divine timing. Even now, heaven is finalizing what belongs to you. And when it breaks forth, it will not come in trickles, but in overflow. Type "I am restored" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 8888 is now reclaiming what was stolen from you. Now hear the decree of heaven. The scales of justice are shifting. What was taken from you unjustly, what was delayed unfairly, what was manipulated behind closed doors, it will not remain hidden forever. The judge of heaven has spoken, and divine justice has already begun its course. The enemy planned for your loss, but his schemes will return to his own house. The trap he set for you will ensnare him. The pit he dug for you will swallow him whole. For the word declares, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and that word is alive over your life right now. Michael declares, what they plotted for your decline shall become the stage of your rising. What they whispered in shadow shall be exposed in light. What they denied you shall be restored with interest. For heaven does not restore lightly, it restores abundantly. When the adversary touches what belongs to a child of God, he must return it multiplied. You are stepping into the season of reversal, where the very storm that came to strip you will leave you stronger, richer, wiser, and more secure. Look back for a moment. The deals that collapsed, the promises that were broken, the contracts that slipped away. At the time, they wounded you deeply. You asked, God, why did you let this happen? But now the Spirit reveals, those losses were temporary, not permanent. Those denials were not the end, they were the beginning of something greater. Heaven was allowing the adversary to play his hands so that his exposure would be undeniable. Now the exposure is here, and with it comes reversal. This is not ordinary payback, this is holy justice. When heaven intervenes, it does not simply restore balance, it tilts the scale in favor of the chosen. What the enemy used to shame you will now honor you. What he used to weaken your faith will now become the proof of your calling. The adversary thought he had the final move, but heaven always has the last word. And that word is restoration, vindication, elevation. Even now, unseen forces are moving pieces back into your favor. Opportunities once locked are reopening. Resources once blocked are being released. People who overlooked you will now be compelled to acknowledge you. And not by their choice, but by divine compulsion. Heaven is rewriting the story, and no man can erase it. Take courage in this truth. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, and you are not overlooked. The justice of God is surrounding your life like a wall of fire. The reversal has already begun in the spirit, and soon it will manifest in the natural. And when it does, your testimony will not be quiet, for all who doubted, mocked, or sabotaged will see that you were covered all along. So lift your head. Do not mourn over what was lost. Rejoice in what is returning. Do not dwell on who betrayed you. Celebrate the justice that is unfolding. For heaven has declared it, and no power of darkness can cancel it. Your finances are being balanced, your enemies are being exposed, and your destiny is being secured. This is the season of reversal, and you are walking in it. Type "I am vindicated" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9999 is now releasing divine justice over your life. Now hear the closing word of heaven. The financial turmoil is near, but you are not without warning, and you are not without covering. Every nudge you once ignored, every whisper you once dismissed, every sign you overlooked has now come together in this final moment. Michael himself has spoken, guiding you to recognize the weight of what is unfolding. You are not standing in darkness. You are standing in revelation. The storm may rage, but the sword of the Archangel is drawn. The enemy may roar, but his teeth are broken. The days ahead may test you, but heaven has prepared you. Receive this blessing, peace over your finances, clarity over your decisions, and courage over your fears. No more confusion, no more panic, no more torment in the night. Let peace flood your spirit like a river. Let clarity rest upon your mind like light breaking through clouds. Let courage rise within your heart like fire that cannot be quenched. You are not abandoned. You are appointed. You are not vulnerable. You are shielded. You are not collapsing. You are rising. Take this declaration. I am sealed. I am shielded. I am sent. No weapon formed against my provision shall prosper. No delay shall deny me. No betrayal shall break me. I walk under the covering of heaven, and I step into my destiny with boldness. Speak it until every shadow flees. Declare it until every fear bows. Stand in it until your breakthrough manifests. This message was not sent to scare you, but to prepare you. Not to burden you, but to awaken you. Not to condemn you, but to strengthen you. You are chosen for this hour, and heaven has invested too much in you to let you fall. The angels are at work, the reversal is in motion, and the victory is already written. Rise, for your destiny awaits. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1212 is now sealing your financial destiny.